Hello, world, Zinger Nation. My name's John, and tonight we have another episode of Late Night Building at Benzinga. It has been way too long since the last one. I'm going to give a minute for people to trickle in here. Um, I sent out a message earlier today in the app asking for questions. If anyone has any for Zing coin at the moment, we can just kind of go over those. So if you have any yourself, feel free to add them in the comments, and I will, or in the chat, and I will respond to them. And thanks for tuning in on a Friday. I know it's late, and on Friday, I'm sure there's a lot of, especially in August, and it's Labor Day weekend, probably uh, not the best time to get people's attention. But I'm up here. It's been a busy week at building up Benzinga. We had a lot of different things that are going on. We have a new homepage, which has been keeping me busy, and we had a bunch of other ad tech things working on. Hey Max, welcome to the stream. You're welcome to come chat with me too in this live if you want. I could actually invite you right now. You want to come on? You can come on live. We can talk. That makes it a little more interesting. I've actually never invited somebody though, so I don't know how I do that. There's like a link. Oh, here we go. I'll invite you, Max. Let me know if you want to join. So he's eating. Okay, no worries, Max. Yeah, if you want to join later, let me know. Otherwise, we can do it another time. So yeah, so this week we launched our new homepage. We got some nice ads up there with Interactive Brokers, great partner of ours. I know you guys love to see ads. That's pretty clean ads. I think it doesn't take away from our homepage experience. And IBKR is a great broker. A lot of different things you can purchase on there. I believe they're also offering Bitcoin and cryptocurrency soon, so that's an interesting thing. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I just thought I heard it. I don't know, but it'd be interesting if they actually do. But yeah, so nice new homepage. Please check it out. If you have any feedback, let us know. A lot of work went into this, and we're going to build a lot of other great things as a part of it. You see here we have this trade idea page, which is feeding into the app. These trade ideas, you can see them on the Connect tab. So you can come here, and it's a nice desktop-based experience for what's in the mobile app. We're going to be doing a lot of improvements to this over the coming weeks to build a nice, better onboarding experience, because I think this is where we get people to come into our app. There's a lot of opportunity to kind of present the value of Zing through this page. And so Zing here, benzinga.com/Zing is where we've been sending people to now. So I'd say, hey, like if you guys don't know about Zing, I'm not sure how many people here don't know about Zing. But if you don't know about Zing, go to benzinga.com/Zing and you can join, enter your email, and you can follow along about how we created the token. But yeah, so what we're gonna do probably is, oh, you know what, Max? Thank you. I need to slow down on this and like realize what I'm doing. Bro, I did that last time, and I said I'd never do it again. All right, thanks, Max. You're a hero. All right, so here's where was I? So yes, I didn't say too much, but here's our new homepage. So definitely check it out. We got the interactive brokers ads, as I mentioned. Great broker. They have nice. That's what I was working on this week. Although I was working on other fixes to the homepage too. We just launched this, and there was a few bugs, and then we had to get the ad units in, and yeah, there's a few other improvements to this that we launched. But a nice new page. And the cool thing about this is it has a nice tailored experience. You can over here your watch list movers. We're going to get a nice like toggle between your different watch list movers here shortly. And then here, based on my watch list, it's a customized news feed for the tickers that are in my watch list. So you get a customized news feed coming here, and you can see the popular stories of the day based on what people are reading. Some Benzinga exclusives. We have a lot of market moving news that happens with our exclusives, and we'll be getting better. It's actually another thing that we launched recently, difference. So if you come here, you can see a lot of our exclusive stories that we're publishing that actually cause the market to move. So definitely recommend checking this out if you're interested in potential opportunities for press releases. See the press releases that we have that have potential opportunity for market moving news. So that's another thing we recently launched. But yeah, Zing. So that was what kept us busy. That's why I haven't seen too many updates to the app. I started working on some updates. I actually did some updates. Max had some nice updates on. I don't know if I announced those ones or not. We had some nice updates on cryptos. We got the charts in here. They should be. Yep, there it is. So we got the charts in here. Got the price fixed, and looks like we have some news feed too. So we're working on adding. One thing that we're close to adding is support for adding watch lists to cryptos. I know it kind of sucks that you can't watch cryptos right now. It's something that has been plaguing us for the last couple of weeks. But I talked to the backend teams, and they're getting close to fixing that. So hopefully that'll be resolved shortly. But yeah, so if you don't know about Zing, benzinga.com/Zing, enter your email. You'll get a claim to 1,000 Zing. You'll get an email sent to your inbox about what to do next, and a link to download the app. So definitely recommend downloading the app. That's where you could actually view your Zing. So you can see here once you claim your 1,000 Zing, you get an email. You can download the app to get another 1,000 Zing, and when you download the app, sign up with the same email that you claimed here, and then you get another 1,000 Zing for downloading the app. You can see here I got 10,000 Zing originally for our pre-launch claim. We launched June 18th. If you claim before, then you get 10,000. After then 1,000, and then you get 1,000 for downloading the app. And then there's a bunch of like referral rewards, and you can claim Zing by reading articles. If you read the article, go to the bottom, you hit claim. Only claim it if you read it. And then you could also earn Zing for sharing comments and questions or posts, thoughts, and then also earn 50 Zing for adding a trade idea. And we're gonna do better at moderating this. We've been starting to moderate some content. We want to keep the quality of feed high, so we're gonna be doing some more moderation, and also just like different mechanisms to encourage people to post better content. So with that, I think we had a decent amount of people in here now. Nice, 40 on a Friday, cool. So one of the biggest questions that people have, so I posted this 5 a.m. this morning. My sleep has been all messed up. 10 p.m. Eastern, I started this. So I'll get in that Topher. I'll try to not read the comments and get distracted. I'm talking, and I'll address your comments in a good time. But yeah, so basically, the number one question that people have had is when it's going to get listed. So let me do this real quick. Let's see this up. I don't have it. Let me. I gotta do something real quick. Let me remove my stream. Give me 1 second. I will get to that Topher in 1 moment. Yeah, ETH fees kill. So that's what we'll do. That's what we're going to be talking about a little bit here. Give me a moment. Okay. So if you follow along here, if you haven't been following along, you can watch this. This is the launch day where we actually launched the token. We launched first to the Rinkeby testnet, and then we launched to the Ethereum mainnet using a number of different available open source tools. So if you're interested in how to launch a contract, we pretty much cover it in these 3 episodes, which is like maybe a little over 3 hours. So you can learn how to launch your own smart contract without using pretty much free tools. You're just paying the network fees or our free tools. You're paying the network fees to obviously mint the contract. And I think it was so I had 1 ETH at the time, and it was, whatever that is, -1 is how much it costs to make the contract. And here we have, interesting. It shows here though. We have 1 billion Zing that we created. So yeah, 1 billion Zing. And so I'm holding all of these Zing at the moment. And so people have a claim to Zing. I think we've given it away. We've had 50 million plus Zing claims made. And so the thing is, and that's over, I believe that's like 10,000 people. And so right now, the network fees, let's see, gas fees. Yeah, so I think this is in Gwei. I don't look at this too often, so I'm not sure the best resource. That's ETH.org. I know there's like a nice Chrome plugin that you can use that'll tell you. You can do this too, and you can go send, and then it'll tell you the current gas fees. But 117 Gwei to what? 117 Gwei to USD. This NFT craze has been making the oh, right here. Wait, that's not right. All right, let me do this. Okay, so it's not that bad right now. I mean, it's still bad. So this NFT craze has this. I've seen. I think there's been fees up to like $200 and it for given blocks, given the different launches that have been happening. But still, $9.54. So I know there's ways to combine transactions. So we probably could combine transactions and give people their Zing. There's probably other ways that I don't know about to do it in a lot cheaper fashion. But either way, the gas fees are expensive. So it costs a lot to be able to send everyone their Zing. So for now, it's just a claim to the Zing, and we will find ways to distribute it. And so with that, one of the ways that we can possibly distribute it is by launching our own chain. So the Atom network, or Cosmos with the Atom token, they just launched their Gravity DEX, and as well as its was their front end exchange platform. I think it's called Emeris, which basically uses the ICB protocol or IBC protocol, Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, I believe. It's in here somewhere. But they use this protocol to basically communicate between different chains. And so with that protocol, we could launch your own chain. You can put other assets onto our chain, and we can put Zing on our chain, and we could have cheaper transactions or potentially free transactions. I have to do some more research. We actually also interviewed we interviewed the Cosmos, or former Cosmos CEO and Tendermint CEO, Zheng Peng, I believe his name is. And we also interviewed one of the Starport guys on the show, Moon or Bust. Definitely recommend checking that out. I haven't watched the Starport one yet. I'll have to watch that. But yeah, we're gonna potentially look more into this as a potential solution to launch the Zing network as a way of distributing the tokens on a blockchain where people can hold them in their own wallet. I think there's a good chance that we will make our own wallet in our app that you can hold your Zing and potentially other assets, but that's something we're gonna do in a smart and secure way. So we'll figure that out in due time. There's definitely other solutions, as Topher mentioned. So he mentioned Avalanche, Polkadot's another one. So these basically are, different platforms to move these assets around on, and there's different connections that they're building to the different blockchains. I'm not entirely sure if Polkadot can connect to Ethereum yet. I believe so. I'm not sure. I haven't as big as I'm into crypto, I still have to look into a lot of the technical details of where these projects are at. I know where the promise of a lot of these are. I think interoperability is like the big thing, and there's the way I've been looking at it is, I think Cosmos is right with the Internet of Blockchains, where everything will be able to communicate, and eventually, BSC as well, everything will be able to communicate, and then you'll kind of you'll choose yourself what network you want to operate on based on whatever you're doing. So if you're doing a lot of like right now, the Polygon network has eaten up a lot of the gaming market. So if you're going to be doing some blockchain-based gaming, you'll probably be on Polygon because it'll be a lot cheaper than playing the games on Ethereum. So if you want to play those games, you'll be on the Polygon network and you bridge your assets over there. I think eventually the tools like Emeris And as I know, there's some exchanges now too that allow you to connect directly to Polygon. They'll make it easier to move your assets around. And I'm sure at some point in the relatively near future, there'll be much easier user experiences on your mobile phone to be able to move things around, to be able to just connect to these dApps, and be able to do play various games and operate on these different chains. So with very low fees. So we're not going to be we're not sure of the time frame of when we're going to look into this. I've been doing some research on the side, but I'm very busy with a lot of different projects right now, so it's hard to focus on this. Hey, Amy. Yeah, blockchain can be confusing. If you have any specific questions, we do have some resources too. So if you go to benzinga.com/money/crypto, we have some brokerages. You can learn about cryptocurrency. There's some brokerages that you can find cryptocurrency. So if you want to start at the basics, well, we need to get a little bit better at organizing our information, but this is pretty. You can browse around here and learn a little bit about blockchain, and just kind of how the ecosystem works. Logan has a video here that he explains what exactly blockchain is. So it depends on what your level you're at, Amy. I don't know if you have any specific questions, I can try to help. But yeah, so I think that's the thing. I think we recently had the on this Tuesday and Wednesday, the crypto festival. And with that, one of the guys on there, Ben, I'm going to forget the name of the company again. I think it's start with a W. I'm very bad with specific names. But I think one of the next phases of crypto is going to be a lot in the education side of things. I think the most important thing that blockchain and Bitcoin and all these different crypto assets has brought is really the ability to hold your own assets. So that is the biggest thing that Bitcoin allows us to do, as well as Ethereum or any of these things. Like when you buy a skin on Fortnite, you don't have, it's not actually your skin. Like it's Fortnite's on Fortnite servers. They can delete that skin for whatever reason. Maybe they, who knows? I mean, I don't, obviously they probably wouldn't do that, but it's not actually yours. And there's a million copies of them. I mean, it's not even necessarily even a copy. It's just probably an ID on the database that says, hey, this is your skin. You have this skin and you bought it. And you don't have any rights to sell it or anything like that. And so that's obviously where these NFTs come in, where you can actually own a digital asset with your private keys. So that's one thing. I think that maybe it's hard to start at any specific spot. I'm not like a great teacher by any means. But if you have any specific questions, I think to start, that's a great. I mean, I would say it depends. Like, do you know, Danny? Do you know what blockchain is? Are you familiar with blockchain, or just like databases in general? Like, are you like? I mean, a database is nothing more than, you can think of like an Excel sheet, right? Like an Excel sheet is kind of like a database of rows of data. Yeah, crypto is moving fast. It's hard to focus. But I think there actually, you know what, the best place to start, I'll tell you this, Andreas, I'll just tell you where I started. If you want to learn about Bitcoin, I would say Trace Meyer is a great place to start. He created the podcast. Let's see. Bitcoin Knowledge Bitcoin Knowledge podcast. Does not have a market anymore. Where is his? So Trace has a podcast somewhere. I know he's been like trying to get out of the spotlight a bit. Oh yeah, Bitcoin Knowledge Podcast. Here we go. So when I got into Bitcoin in 2017, I listened to every single one of these just to learn about what the market is. Because Trace was started in this market, I don't know, early on, and he was in the School of Austrian Economics, And so he has this perspective. And before it was the Bitcoin Knowledge podcast, he was a gold bug, just talking about gold. And so then when he heard about Bitcoin, it kind of captured his imagination of what's possible. So this is a really good spot to start if you just want to learn about Bitcoin and like the philosophy behind it, and why it could be a really big asset in the future. I mean, I think I mean, there's always things that could happen, but I think Bitcoin could easily become $100 million asset in the future. $100 million is probably not going to be $100 million at that time in terms of the value of what $100 million could buy now. But if you look at what, it used to be like 5 cents for a dozen oysters and a beer in like 1920. The dollar just continues to lose its value. And Bitcoin as an asset that is never going to go beyond 21 million based on the protocol of its operations, and the limited asset and the ability to have keys that only you have, and you have the ability to move those assets, providing yourself the financial sovereignty over your assets is pretty damn big. So I think it's only going to be bigger in the future, and especially for organizations as well. There's ways of like organizations, like knowing who owns what is a big thing. So having this concept of multi-sig where many people can participate. Anyway, I get way off track. So I'm gonna get off that. if you want to learn, I'd say Trace Meyer, Andreas Antonopoulos. Those are really good places to start. If you want to listen to some people talk about it rather than me ramble about it. They're way more articulate than I am. All right, so yeah, so that's a pretty general update of where we're going. We're planning on doing a lot more product improvements. So I'll show you one here. I'm hoping that I can get to them here a lot more frequently. So I've just been busy with other things. So the current app doesn't have this news tab. It has this all screen, which you have a feed here. People have been talking a lot on the news, which is cool. We also got this ideas tab we recently released, so it kind of filters out the ideas. It also includes the news. So I'm going to try to like figure out a way to better segment out this content a little bit better. But here, this requires an asset somebody's talking about. So if you want to see what people are talking about in specific assets, you kind of browse this feed. And we're going to add a whole bunch of better ways to browse this content. This is just a start. And so, yeah, for late, sign up here, benzinga.com/zing. You can enter your email, and that's a good place to start. So, yeah, so we're doing some updates here. Chat. So we've been this week. We've also been working on some infrastructure updates. So there's some like lower level code infrastructure improvements we had to make real-time chat available. So this is just a prototype of it right now. It's not real-time chat yet, but all the people's posts are going to be moved over to this chat, and so it could just be like a general chat, nothing necessarily specific in any comments in any articles or anything like that. No trade ideas. It's just if you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about in chat, we're going to add this chat room, and then we'll add additional chat rooms that are like layered under this. Just we're going to start with one chat room for now, and then this new feature that I'm working on. So this feed has been this is the all feed, or the recent feed, which is in the current app. And it's basically, just the feed of all the content that people are posting. And so I'm going to eliminate this feed. You're going to be able to see content in the ideas in the chat. And then I'm working on this news feed right now, because a lot of people have been chatting about different news items here. So if you come here, you can see, here's our article about Chipotle. Come down, you got some people talking here. But when you come to this feed, you don't really see that. So, whoops, you don't really see that. So basically, we're going to make this news feed a way of just like seeing what people are talking about. So you can see like, this Starbucks article has a decent amount of people chatting on it. So I'm figuring out the exact layout here, but we're just going to make it so you can more easily see what other people are saying, and you can connect on the various news items. And we're going to work on different ways to just like make it easier to kind of engage with people on this news tab. I think we'll probably move more towards like a Reddit style type layout for a page like this, I don't know. It's a work in progress. But if you have any feedback on that, I actually heard somebody kind of suggest this feature. I'm not sure exactly what they were looking at wanting, but this sounded up the alley of what they were wanting. So hopefully this will be a good iteration for people to see. So can I create a custom username? That's something that it's kind of embarrassing that we don't have yet, but I am going to try to find some time and some energy to get that done. It shouldn't take that much work. We just got a lot of different systems. We have like different teams working on different things, and we don't really plan well together. So about different improvements to our infrastructure. So working on that. But yeah, you can come here and update your email. You can go to benzinga.com / user profile, and you can edit your settings here, your profile settings here. But we don't really have a username yet, so I'm gonna get something. And this is actually slightly different too. But we'll get something where you can customize your username. It'll be soon. It's not we don't really have it yet. Other than that, let's see. Let me see if there's any other questions that people have that I should answer. Yeah, the big thing is people want to know when it's listed. So that's another thing. So a big thing that I don't know if you guys have been paying attention but the SEC is like cracking down, right? They've been cracking down on various securities or various crypto assets. They just went through BitConnect, I think. So like, if you look at what the SEC security, how we test, like that's what defines security. And so I'm not a lawyer, but I know what we have right now is not a security, and I want to avoid creating a security. So I'm not just going to list it right away. There's no need to. So for now, it's an in-app thing. So I mean, we're going to move towards something like what Voyager has. It's a loyalty program and token utility model. So our token is going to be, community and utility based. So we have a number of different products. Pro.benzinga.com as our flagship trading tool product that you should definitely check out. You can get a 14-day free trial. It's great for browsing different news. You can browse. We have like an advanced news feed that you can filter through the news and filter the news how you want. There's various like scanner and screener tools. There's all different ways to like just browse market data, and we have a chat in here as well. So this is our pro product. So you potentially get discounts and rewards for being a loyal member of our products, and access to premium content. We're launching we're pushing forward on a lot of different projects. Yeah, if you sign up for Voyager and use the word code Zing, you'll get $50 in Bitcoin. Let me see. So use So yeah, if you sign up and use the code word Zing, you'll get $50 in Bitcoin for downloading and setting up your Voyager account. So I definitely recommend doing that. Do you guys have any other questions? Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of these different chains coming out. Like Solana's another one. I think that I'm gonna do some research on like when I was looking at like Polygon. and I was looking at their developer stuff. I mean, that's the thing. Like, figure out how to do it. IBFT. Yeah, and I think we'll like I said, we'll eventually get to this. We'll eventually get to making it so that you guys can hold it in your own wallet. But like I said, we will very, very, very likely make the Benzinga app its own wallet, so you can hold. And the other thing is, like, I mean, if you saw in here, some people new to crypto, and so being able to understand what private keys are and what they actually mean is something that is important, I think, in terms of of communicating it to so people can understand exactly what that means before they do that and then lose their keys. So that's going to be an important step that we want to get right, because we don't want to make our users sad when they lose their tokens because they lost their keys. So I think there's probably ways that we'll probably have some sort of, like, process where you enter your email, you get Zing, we have it, because obviously you're not like entering your smart contract or your public address as a part of your email. We could get to a point where you like just enter in your ETH. If you guys aren't familiar with, there's these ETH domains. It's not called ETH domain. What is it called? Yeah, ENS. So there's this, like, you might have seen people with like yourname.eth. And so we could have people sign up with this, and what this does is it has a public address like this. Oh, I started a second. I thought the gas fee shot up really high. So there's, like, your public address, cancel, reject. So there's your public address that is associated with this handle. So basically, it's actually really cool technology. Basically, on the Ethereum network, you claim this handle with your MetaMask or any of your wallets by running a smart contract that adds your public address to this, so that way people can look it up on the blockchain and say, oh, Brantley.eth has this address, and then, because obviously you don't want to say that, and so you can type that. Eventually we'll probably have something like that, but we're not going to obviously do that yet. But at some point we probably will. But yeah, how many users do we have? Active users? Or, well, we have, like, I don't know, like 25,000 different people who've downloaded the app so far. Roughly 1,500 daily active users, I believe. And we haven't pushed on this app. We have a pretty big reach here at Benzinga, so we're going to be pushing people into this app. We haven't really done it that much yet. So we're planning on growing a lot. And that actually kind of brings me to my next thing. So what we're looking to do, so this chat here, this is just gonna be a general chat, but you may have seen in the welcome email some top conversations around content curators, and by that I mean like people finding different ideas. And so there's a lot of different influencers out there, and not even necessarily just influencers, but there's like a lot of content out there for people to feed into, like, therefore that is useful information. A lot of information is kind of like regurgitated. So a lot of it is like, you have some news, but there's ways that we can basically aggregate information into our platform that's interesting and have interesting perspectives from various different influencers. And also just, like, I think, like, community moderation as well. So, like, how do you, like, somebody can lead, if somebody wants to come in, like, they can earn Zing by leading a group of traders, or leading a group of community around a specific thing, whether it be REITs or cannabis or crypto or some niche crypto or whatever it is, there's opportunity for people to come in and lead and earn additional Zing by helping create that content and curating it, moderating it, adding useful things into that feed so people can, keep up with the thing they want to keep up with, and just build a really good experience. So that's one of the things we have been talking about and will do in due time. But yeah, we got a small but growing user base. We launched this app. We relaunched our app in June 18th with this new layout, along with our Zing token, and we've been pushing on growing. We've been getting pretty good traction over the last month with the addition of this trade idea feed. Before it was just news and watch lists. So we're going to be adding a lot more push notifications and better alerting to this here. It's on our roadmap. Right now, chat, hopefully we should be able to launch that hopefully towards the end of next week. Yeah, Topher, it's not all my holdings. But yeah, so you guys have any questions? Max, you want to come on and chat about anything? Leighton. I was thinking too, if people are interested, I was thinking about starting a Telegram. Though I think I did actually start a Telegram, but I didn't really work too hard promoting it yet. I think once we have this chat, and it's real time, that'll be a really interesting spot to connect. We don't necessarily need Telegram. Though, I mean, there is a convenience to Telegram, so we might still launch one. I don't know. I created one, but I haven't really promoted it at all. All right. Man, I've been working ridiculous hours. I haven't even been I'm glad the crypto market's back, because it was kind of traumatizing last week when it was just kind of going all over the place. Bitcoin's been bouncing off 50K all around it. ETH obviously made a big one. I think ADA is interesting to me. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or want me to talk about ADA. I'll just talk about ADA, and you guys can. I know that was like one thing in here. Actually, let me pull that up. Let me go to my all. So yeah, I think Bitcoin can really make a run here. I think one thing that people, or at least the markets, haven't really thought about yet is Taproot. That's coming out in November, which is going to bring smart contracts to Bitcoin. It's not going to be the same level of smart contracts as Ethereum, from my understanding. It's something that I have to do a little bit more research on. But I know it's going to allow a lot more interesting things to happen on Bitcoin. So I think that's like a really bullish factor. Bitcoin ETF I would imagine we could approve. Ecuador is here. Ecuador's legal tenders basically there. And I think Jack Dorsey is obviously really, really big on Bitcoin. And so I think Twitter integrating it, which I know they're getting a lot closer, and it's very likely before the end of the year, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't really know, but that's what it seems like it is based on the news I've read so far. And then, obviously connecting to millions of merchants through Square, who also takes Bitcoin. So if you have a wallet on Twitter, and it's kind of weird, I guess, to have it. I don't know. Like, I have the Bread wallet on my phone. I have like a small amount. I don't want to keep keys on my phone like with any sizable amount of crypto. But yeah, that's pretty bullish news, for a lot of bullish news coming for Bitcoin. So I think it's going to do really well. Obviously, ADA has been on a tear. So I still think it's like, let's see, what is it? I think a lot of this stuff is overvalued, to be honest. I think the market is probably going to correct at some point and probably go below levels of where we're at now, at least for a lot of these other assets. And there will be winners. I do think Cardano has a really good chance of doing pretty well. I don't know the value of the network that it provides, because I think a really interesting thing that, a lot of people talk about market cap, but I don't think it really means necessarily that much. Like it's more of just like a measure. It's a simple metric, right? It's the supply times the current price. But obviously, you can't capitalize on all of that, nor you can you with any other company. But it's kind of, I don't know. Like I think it's more like it doesn't really. It's hard to like measure the value of the network based on this. Like I think Bitcoin is way more than 10 times more valuable than Cardano right now in terms of what it does. But Cardano has, and obviously a lot of value in Ethereum in terms of like, that's the thing, even with Ethereum, like the DeFi stuff is cool. I don't know let's see what's locked in DeFi right now. Locked value. So $97 billion. Yeah, so I would assume this is all. Let's see. I don't know how they measure this one. If it's on, okay, yeah, so they have multi-chain. Obviously, most of this stuff's on Ethereum, but see, there's almost $1 billion on QuickSwap on Polygon. I think Polygon has like 10 billion. I thought, let's see, how much is locked in Polygon? I probably have it in DeFi Pulse. I don't have time to do crypto research. I just buy and hold because I just don't have time to do any research. I just like listen to different things, and I'm like, I made a decent amount of Polygon because it's like once I realized what it was, I looked at the documentation. I was like, wow, this is gonna be big, and then it was. It is. All right, Polygon. So I filter by chain. I don't know. I think Polygon has a decent amount of locked value in it. Anyway, so it's like $1 billion in locked value of DeFi. So like, where's the rest of this other value then? Like, it's just sitting in ETH. So basically the ability to expend transactions, and then you can argue some sort of value. I think that the thing that, based on what I've been listening to, like if you a great guy to watch is Ivan on Tech. Not Ivan, sorry. Son of a Tech. So this guy is an Ethereum miner, and he's got some really good perspectives and covers different things. And there was one article that he had, I don't know, not that long ago, that was pretty interesting. That one of another Ethereum miner had talked about. I don't know. If people want to say there's value in, like, the store of value in Ethereum is like the ability to transact. To me, it's not like, I think there's, when it switches to ETH2, there's going to be like data integrity issues, and like I don't think there's a lack of monetary sovereignty with Ethereum, because it's going to become nearly impossible to run your own node. I know it's a lot harder now, but obviously most people don't care about that. But I think when you talk about the levels that an institution can afford to pay someone to run Ethereum node and validate all their transactions. But the thing is, I don't know. I haven't done this proof of stake stuff. Is, to me, a little bit sketchy in terms of the ability to be completely certain in that the assets are yours. Plus, it seems like it makes it more likely that individuals can take advantage of the network just by buying up assets, where you can't do that in Bitcoin or any proof of work mechanism. So I don't know. It's something that we'll see how it plays out. I don't think the markets will determine that, not me and my philosophies. But anyway, thoughts on Shiba? I think that people were like hating on Shiba We got a little Doge on here. Now it's a Shiba. I got a Shiba. Oh, my hat is at home. I got a Shiba hat somewhere. But yeah, so I don't know. Shiba is, to me, it's an education play, and also it's like an education and savings play. I think it's probably overvalued. I'm not going to hate on it though. It gets people excited. Like imagine being like a 10-year-old and you're learning about this stuff and it's like, oh, a doggy token. And then you're like excited about dogs and then you want to learn. And all of a sudden you're learning about crypto and then you learn about how, I don't know, like what savings like mean and what like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can learn from it. So to me, it's like a good front on kind of the value of Ethereum in a way, but I don't know. It's probably way overvalued and will fall apart here when the market falls apart. But those guys are passionate, let me tell you. They came in droves to watch us interview one of their community leaders. Who doesn't love dogs? Yeah, I mean this blew me away the week when this happened. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is when if you would have been able to been like, because this is insane too. Like this looks insane, but like this April 13th to in a week time. I don't know what that is, but that's like, I think that's like 30x. No, not quite. I think that's 15x. So 15x in a week here. And then if you caught that bot here and you're like, oh shit, and then if you held, holy crap. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this could easily be, I don't know. I wouldn't buy it. I would buy some just to have some, but I wouldn't buy it to like try to make any money off of it. Solana will flip Cardano. I would not be surprised if that's the case because Solana's got a lot of backers behind it. The thing that's kind of gets me in this is like if you look at let's look up this Howey test. So the Howey test determines what qualifies as an investment contract. Therefore, it would be considered security. Okay, so an investment of money, a common enterprise with expectation of profit to be derived from the work of others. Like to me, how is that not Cardano? Like an investment of money, so you're buying a token, you're kind of investing in, we're calling it investing, and it's a common enterprise. I guess I don't know the legal words of common enterprise with the expectation of profit, and guarantee a lot of people are expecting profit to be derived from the efforts of others. Like they're deriving it. So like I don't know. I mean, like Solana, it's like the same thing. There's a bunch of backers. There's a bunch of large institutions that are putting money into it, paying projects to come on board. Not saying it won't be successful, but like I think the SEC is going to go after a lot of this crap. Even Ethereum, I mean, I think Ethereum's probably the only one that will end up being safe from this, from the SEC. But I mean, Bitcoin is obviously safe. Like that one is, there's no way that the SEC can touch it. Ethereum, I mean, there's not necessarily any way that they can really touch Ethereum as well. That's the thing. I don't even know what it exactly would mean if they like determine something like Cardano to be a security. Like I don't know how that would actually play out because I know they do have like a large kind of decentralized group of developers. But Charles Hodgkinson, if you didn't realize, that guy's only 33 years old. That shit kind of blew my mind away. He seems like he's a lot older, but he's obviously a very smart person. They have I'm sure, quite a smart and decent sized community around them. I haven't done too much research into their community, but I think they could do some really great things. I like Charles Hodgkinson's view of the world. He's obviously a really smart person, co-founder of Ethereum as well. But I don't know. I mean, I get sidetracked. Yeah, I think Solana has in some world definitely a chance to flip Cardano. I don't know if it necessarily will, but it definitely has a chance. I think Cardano has really good opportunities based on, I think I don't know what their actual relationships are, but I think they do have a lot of relationships with key players across the world that could help bring their asset to millions and billions, not maybe billions, but millions and millions of people. And I think that's the thing, like that's actually what I was going to say about like this market cap stuff. Like it's a vanity metric. Like you can make a multi-billion-dollar market cap token easy by kind of just faking it, by putting value into it with a limited supply and holding most of it. Just you're never going to be able to capitalize on it. If you trick coin market cap to listing your token at some price with an obvious supply that you can look up on the Ethereum network, the market cap doesn't necessarily mean shit if you hold it all and you trying to sell it all. That's another thing too that I don't know about Solana. Like I've heard some people, so Topher is saying Solana works now at least. So that's like now at least at the at least part is I think key there, from based on what I've heard, that you know, who knows what these chains will actually look like at scale. I know they have. I think it's like we interviewed the founders of Solana a while back. I think they said it's like a proof of knowledge algorithm they have, and allows them to basically scale out pretty far. I don't know. Like, I think it's like one of those things. Like, I think there could be a lot of value in these networks in that what they like. I look at what Benzinga's business is in terms of like how hard it is to operate, managing different things like these blockchains simplify the management of the new version of organizations. So you don't necessarily need Solana to like store your value in, but it's like there's a lot of value in what Solana has to offer by having high transactions. And then if they have some like really cool projects on there, I know like Atlas Infinity or Infinity, no, what is it? Star Atlas interviews these guys as well. That looks cool. So basically what these guys are doing, they're building, you know, a virtual or a game, like a serious multi MMO game where you can like get a ship and you can fly around in space, and I believe it's built on the Solana. I believe. I don't know though. Do you know, Topher? Star Atlas. Yeah, so they selected. So like if you're a video game, like, and you want real blockchain based in-app assets, like it is really cool because I think it's like, you know, it's like Solana may not be the most like highly secure chain in maybe certain scenarios, but just like you don't put your like life savings on Solana. Like that's just stupid. So you can transact in your game world, and you put, you know, whatever you want to do on it, like $100 or whatever you want, however like bought into the game you are, and then you can use that $100 to transact in that ecosystem and with those people online. And then if you ever want to get out, you use the ICB protocol, and then you go to Ethereum, and then you do whatever you want on Ethereum, or you. I'm pretty sure with Taproot you're going to be able to transact with Bitcoin as well, but we'll see. But you could always use like Wrap Bitcoin or something. Yeah, Topher, I haven't looked too much at Luna. And no, I have no idea about Solana. I'm like by far, I am a blockchain enthusiast and I understand conceptually a lot of this stuff, but the details and the news, I just can't keep up with. I'm busy trying to build this app and a million other things, and I just can't keep up with it. Yeah, so that's Topher. Yeah, you can do that, bridging. That's a big. I think that's going to be a big thing. It'll be interesting to see how that plays. Let's see, like this Emeris. Emeris. I don't know how to spell it. They don't have good SEO apparently. Or I just can't spell. Nice. Have you so you played the game? Because I know they launched it with the posters. It said play game. I have not checked in to see whether or not they have like any in-game play yet. But I saw how they launched. I thought that was pretty cool. How they like launched with NFT posters as a way to like, be like you'll have that forever as like the person who helped basically fund them get off the ground and build this game. And that's pretty cool. I thought that was super smart how they did that. Yeah, that's the thing. So Solana and Polygon will be like the gaming platforms. That's what I see. Polygon sounds like a gaming platform, to be honest. Like, all right, what was I doing? Emeris. I think it was in like beta. Let me pull up my email. I got an email on it. All right, maybe you see because the gravity Dex is like the back end of it. And so bringing DeFi to Cosmos. Use Gravity Dex today. Oh, there we go. Oh, that should have been the way to find it. So experience the power of cross-chain DeFi. So yeah, it's in beta right now. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. I'll try the demo, which won't actually. It's just demo. A little buggy. Yeah, I mean it's not. It's like similar to Uniswap, but the thing is, it's going to allow you to basically swap tokens across various networks, which is going to be big. So if you can swap, so that's the thing. So if we launched using the Starport SDK, we theoretically should be able to use Gravity Dex to make Zing listed here on Emeris and be able to be swapped for some sort of token on Polygon, in theory. That's how I understood it. Yeah, no, that's the problem with Polygon. But that's why I think this ICB protocol is supposed to help. Although the thing that these things kind of blow my mind when I find out how they actually work. It's like people just like they're different chains and nodes and networks, right? So you're just like locked. So what the thing is with Polygon right now, if you guys ever heard of this Chris DeFi guy, what's his name? Chris Blake, maybe. I forget how to pronounce his last name. He's been going like hounding on people. One of the Polygon network, they have like 8 people that control all the assets locked into Polygon in a contract. So what you're actually doing when you bridge your stuff is you're just like sending your tokens to this smart contract that 8 people have the ability to move the value around, and they in theory aren't going to do anything with it, because what they do is, I was looking at this, like, so you go, it kind of blew my mind once I realized exactly how it works. And the crazy thing is like you actually have to reach out to these guys to do it. Let's see. So I feel like they changed this a little bit. All right, there's their doc. Yeah, they changed their docs. Why did they do this? I used to like Polygon a lot, and I'm liking it a lot less over a little bit because I didn't know the exactly how the bridge contract worked in terms of they have like admin keys. So the fact that they have like a group of people that have admin keys that control those assets, and what do they have, like $10 billion worth of assets just in a smart contract that they could do something with at any time if they wanted to. You know, in theory, they're not going to do anything, but you don't know that. And then the way it actually works is I wish I could find it on here. They changed their documentation, which isn't good. I want to use Polygon. I want to find out where the hell. But basically, there's like a list. So you create like a type of smart contract that you can send your assets to. So if we wanted to bridge Zing token from the Ethereum network to Polygon, we'd have to create a contract that goes on their list, and then you send it to that address. I'm not sure the very exact deals, but you basically have to do something to make your token able to transfer over to Polygon, because you send it to the bridge, which locks up the assets, and then the other network sees those assets on that in that contract on the Ethereum network, and then they just copy them over on the other network. So they're locked on the main net, on the Ethereum net, and then they're copied over on the Polygon net, and then there's like all these processes to like validate the tokens through an incentive mechanism that's on the Polygon network to like keep it all a proof of stake mechanism to keep the consensus legit. And you move it over there, and then your same keys work, but you're just on a different RPC connection. I tried to set it connecting to Polygon, but it was being a pain in the ass. But yeah, you just send it over. It's the same address, and then all of a sudden your tokens will be in here in the Polygon network. But that kind of blew my mind how it's like it's actually like people just like it's not necessarily the same asset. It's just like they perceive it as the same asset. And then if the Polygon network goes down, you're fucked. So I don't know. It's a risk, but it's like that's the thing. So like I get it. Like if you want to do some gaming, don't put your life savings over on Polygon. Like go ahead and put whatever you want to put on the network to be able to do whatever you want. Don't leave your assets on that network, because there's a high probability. There's not a high probability. There's some non-zero probability of you losing your assets while it's on the Polygon network. So just don't do it. I still like the token. It's just what's the value of it compared to something like Bitcoin? Not nearly as high. And same thing with Ethereum. All right, did I skip over some stuff here? Like NFTs is a great example. Like I would, why not trade NFTs on Polygon because it's cheap. That's what I was gonna do actually. Let's see, I might do that if you guys are interested. I can make an NFT. Let's close some of these tabs. I'm excited for Star Atlas though. When I see the actual gameplay, I probably will play it, but not anytime soon because I gotta build this app. All right, let's see. Clean this up a little bit. Browser likes to run slow when you got too many tabs. Join here. Okay, what was I gonna do? NFT. It was like mint. Here goes this one. Yeah, I was trying to like test this earlier, but the thing is like there's like a Polygon faucet. I know we're way off Zing, but part of what I think, I mean, I think this is like to me, like, hey, send me some Zing, guys. Like, I got some good information here, right? So part of what like to tie what I want to do with Zing is like, I mean, I thought about doing this more. I think if other people want to do this, like that'd be freaking amazing. Like if you want to create some video content and have people send you Zing, like, I'm gonna try to talk to some other influencers and hopefully they can just like get some Zing sent their way. And if someday it has monetary value, that'd be cool. But I think for me, it's like an interesting way of doing like a social network that there's like some sort of value in. That you can get. And with Benzinga, we'll have access to premium content. And so like that's what I was actually thinking. A lot of content creators use a lot of different tools. So we could provide tools for various content creators that they could more easily monetize. They could have their own premium content, and Zing could just be a mechanism and tool set for them to operate their business. So I think that's an interesting thing that we could do. All right. You guys are starting to throw some stuff in here. I'm a little bit behind. So yeah, Matic Supply. I was trying to load up my wallet here previously, but this faucet was just not working. Plus, they got me helping Google's AI algorithms to train their. Excuse me. That doesn't look like a motor bus. Train Waymo. All right, so is that my contract address? Yeah, receive. It wasn't working last time. Okay, still not working. I could send over Polygon I have some Polygon, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to load it up right now. It'll require me to go through a lot of steps. Maybe next time, maybe next Friday. I'm gonna try. I think like I haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna try to. It's been super busy and like I don't know, been tired late at nights to do a stream. But I'll probably do this more often. Maybe next week or week after we can mint an NFT on Polygon, and you guys can bid on it. All right, where am I here? Okay, the DraftKings NFTs are on Polygon. Yeah, I mean, I think like why not? I mean, obviously, if you're gonna have like a CryptoPunk, probably don't put it on Polygon. But if you want to just like mess around and make NFTs that you don't really expect to have a whole lot of value, like why not do it on Polygon? Why are you paying $200? I think this NFT thing, like I get it. I think it's kind of like a little bit crazy right now, but I think it's pretty cool. It's in a way to me, it's like you're buying yourself into the community, which is kind of messed up. But at the same time, like I had an urge to buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club, but I decided I'd be smarter than that and not buy it. I'll just wait until it crashes down once the market crashes, and then maybe buy one. It'd be cool if the platform started like, because it's like proof of profile pic like this. There's no proof of profile pic. I could just put whatever I want on. I guess like somebody. I guess there's kind of proof. Somebody could find it and say, hey man, like why do you got my thing? But then like you could just alter it slightly. Like if someone gonna go look it up, I guess people probably put it in their profile, their contract. But who the hell looks it up? I don't know. It seems kind of silly. It'd be cool if like the platforms put it in there to say it's verified. Okay, let's see. But they probably won't do that. Jack Dorsey's not doing that. Not anytime soon, anyway. He's got other priorities. All right, see, ETH NFTs, pure flex, and greater full display. Yeah, I think it really is a pure flex. It's a pure, you know what? It's also a marketing thing. That's pretty big, and that's what obviously what DraftKings did with their NFT. And same thing with Budweiser. It's a smart thing to do. It's a way that we're going to communicate. I think money is becoming a very strange thing. Kind of fucked up considering what's happening over in other parts of the world right now. But hopefully, I think I was talking to some colleagues earlier today. I think it's very interesting where this all stuff could go. That's why I think Cardano's could be really good. Is they could provide probably some really good opportunities for a lot of African communities, maybe communities in India as well, to provide them the financial rails to actually build their economies, because right now they don't have those financial rails. Bitcoin could be that in some way, but same thing with Cardano. Like, I don't think it necessarily matters which one does it. It's more like, I guess, like, the thing is with Cardano is that a lot of like a community like actively doing that specific thing. So I don't know what the value, that could be huge long term, but still at the end of the day, like, I think proof of work mechanism is going to take all of the value at the end of the day, because it's going to be absolute certainty in settlement. And you have the financial sovereignty of being able to run your own node easily. So that's like, yeah, a lot of what Nick Carter talks about if you watch him at all. All right, yeah, density pure flex. Problem is that all Evil says, problem, it's all a lot of time and effort to figure out. They make it easy for stupid people. Though they need to make it easy for stupid people. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it'd be interesting to see. Like, why would like a norm? Why would I'm sure most people most people definitely have heard of Bitcoin. There's definitely a lot of people, if you talk to them on the streets, that probably have not heard of Ethereum. We actually did a video of Benzinga here asking somebody about like, hey, this image sold for $1 million. Like, what do you think? I haven't watched the video yet because I don't think we've cut it up yet. But it's kind of funny. Just talk to some random guy on the streets of Detroit about an image that sold for $1 million, and they're just like, "What?" There's still this. Yeah, I don't know. But in terms of like the blockchains itself, like in figuring it out, like, I think it eventually will become pretty easy. Like, it's not like, I mean, I think Venmo's easy once like a lot of this stuff becomes as easy as Venmo, and that's honestly why Bitcoin could be really big with Twitter. Like, when there's a large amount of users of all different levels of education for cryptocurrency on Twitter, and once you add the ability for people to use it as a wallet and send Bitcoin to anyone, and let's see if they provide some sort of educational rails, which I'm sure they probably will. Hopefully they make it easy for people to understand and get a nice sense of what actually holding your own keys mean. Yeah, I can't sleep either. It's over. All right. Solidus OC using Polygon costs at least $100 to convert back to ETH. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. You're paying $100 to just like move around some images. It's kind of whack. Decentralization, not so simple. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think like this Starport thing, they make it sound like you could do it in a weekend. I usually try to get some sleep during the weekend. Starport SDK. So basically what it is, build a blockchain in minutes. Could do it right now, maybe. Their link doesn't work though, so I don't know how we're gonna build it in minutes. Oh, that's like this page itself. That's kind of bad UX. All right, where's the SDK? So yeah, so you can install this. So basically, so all these blockchains are like, if you heard of a block, like they're called like clients, like the Geth client. That's the node, like a Bitcoin node or Ethereum node. They have these various clients, and all it is software. Like it's software that runs protocols. And a protocol, like you use protocols all the time. If you're not familiar with like internet protocols, IP, or was it TCP? Let's just do this. This hopefully make it clear. Internet protocols. I don't know it well enough to teach it, so I'll just look at it. So yeah, TCP. So basically, like how you communicate packets of data over electronic wires. So that's like an internet protocol. And so these nodes do the same thing. They're just like a protocol of handling data and like the actual database. And what this star port does is it basically helps you launch the software kit that makes up a node, so you can like edit the specific details of it. That I don't know all the details. That's what I got to look into. It was the same thing with creating a smart contract. Like there's all these different functionalities of a smart contract that you can add. And so I had to learn those. You can follow along in here as we go through that. And then what the Starport SDK is going to allow us to do. I think I'm most likely use this because it seems like it's pretty damn easy. I'll look at the Solana developer docs and the Polkadot developer docs to see what it is. I also have to think about it a little more. Although the way I'm looking at this is like, I don't think it matters. Like, I think I don't know. It'd be interesting if like they're really any different, because it's like they're all probably, from what I understand, the ICB protocol is going to be the thing that kind of connects everything. It's like it's becoming like the standard. So if Polkadot uses the IBC protocol to be able to connect to your chain, then you're good. Then you could move it anywhere. Same, because I know these guys already have it with Polygon. So it'll be just different chains doing different things, different networks doing different things. I think it's really all about networks and what you actually do on that network. So if you're doing gaming, you're on Solana or Polygon. If you're doing financial stuff, you are probably on Ethereum or maybe Cardano, depending on where you're at in the world. And then there's going to be a lot of people building their own chains, like the Zing token, potentially building your own chain, just because they make it easier. So why not do it? You can get some Zing. Go to the app. You get 1,000 for going here. If you haven't already a member, and then download the app, get another 1,000, and then you can submit trade ideas, read articles, and get some Zing. And also refer your friends. That's the one thing that we're going to be doing here shortly. So we're going to be making some marketing pushes. I want to get a few more features kind of completed before we do any major marketing pushes. We have a decent amount of users that are not necessarily crypto related that we want to get on here and build just like an all around good experience for. We have to really improve this from the crypto perspective as well. But there's a lot of improvements that we need to make. So I'm gonna hopefully this next week have more time to do this. Definitely this month of September, you guys are going to see a lot of improvements to the app. So stay tuned. Refer your friends. Get 100 Zing for referring. There's a good chance we might bounce that up at certain times so you can earn more Zing. Maybe make some competitions. So if you invite or whoever has like the top, invites for the day, whoever gets the most signups for the day gets some bonus Zing or something. I don't know. Or maybe an NFT. We'll figure it out. No, are you saying you can't do that? Or are you asking that as a question? Noah's saying you can't just use OpenSea and pick a Polygon as the blockchain. I was trying that, and it didn't seem like you could. I was confused. It was a bad user experience. Okay, you're saying you can do it. Okay, I was trying to do that last week, and it was not letting me pick it. So I will take a look at that here somewhat soon. just getting here. You can make your own coin, right? Yeah, so we made our own coin. We have Zing token. It's already there. It's right here. I have it. I hold it on the Ethereum mainnet. There, billion Zing. So Stephen, it's not necessarily available, but you can make some claims to it. And by claiming it here, you can claim 1,000 Zing and also download the app for another 1,000 and start earning additional Zing rewards, which will eventually be available to hold in your own wallet. We have to work through the scaling issues because we don't want to pay $9 a transaction. But like I said, I think there's probably ways to do it cheaper. I just don't have time to figure that out right now. But we will definitely do that at some point. What happened to data analysis tokens like NMR? Yeah, I don't know. I think one token that I've been speculating on that could do really well is the graph. But I'm not 100% sure. But it seems like a pretty good bet because the problems with I think like NMR. I think they're yeah. They've renamed. I haven't been following them recently. Heard of these guys though. Let's see. How do I get to? They renamed their website. Yeah, see, it's like impossible to keep up. I don't know. I mean, data is a big thing. That's why I think the interesting thing to me about the graph, the way it's set up, is it's a protocol, right? Like NMR seems like it's let's see. So the new staking protocol. Like there's a lot of staking protocols, so it doesn't seem that interesting to me. The thing is with the graph, why it's interesting to me is so it's an indexing protocol for querying networks like Ethereum and IPFS. So what I think is potentially super interesting about what it could be is with IPFS, if you're familiar with what IPF, not familiar with what IPF is. So IPFS, let's go back here. Interplanetary file system is a protocol for peer-to-peer network storing, sharing data, and distributed system file. So basically what you do, you create a content address uniquely identifying each file. So basically you can run this algorithm on the file. You come up with a unique identifier that only can be represented by that specific bits of data. And then this is how a lot of the NFTs work. You don't actually store the image on the blockchain because it costs too much. You run the IPFS protocol to come up with the content identifier. You post that content identifier up on the blockchain, and with that represents the image on the blockchain, rather than you actually putting the image on the blockchain, because the image could be 300 some odd megabytes, and you can't do that on the Ethereum mainnet because you would pay way too much money. It wouldn't even fit in a block. So with this, what something like the graph could do is IPFS is not just images, it's literally anything, any file format. So if you wanted to store in a lot of coders, what they use, and this is so GraphQL. So this is why I think why the graph could be huge, is they chose to operate on a protocol to interact with APIs called the GraphQL, which a ton of Web 2 developers know. Like Facebook kind of pioneered this, I believe, this technology, where basically you can define some inputs and then you get out a bunch of data based on those inputs, like your order by that, and you want the name of that, and all of a sudden you get that data back. So this data here can be stored as a file on IPFS. So what these guys could do is, you can store all of this metadata in some code somewhere, or in some, like, it's on somebody's file, but it's all hashed through on a content identifier, so you can verify the originality of that content. And then these guys just GraphQL provides an incentive mechanism to make computers on the internet provide those APIs. Let me tell you, here at Benzinga, we spend a lot of work keeping our infrastructure up, and it is freaking hard. So it is I could easily see future companies like ours not messing around with infrastructure and just integrating with something like this if it becomes something that is cheaper and easier to use, and there's ways to obfuscate data. Then yeah, like this could be really interesting protocol for building very cool things. And so I don't know, like, I know that the NMR people are doing some cool stuff, but to me this hits a way larger group. And I have a decent amount of, that's probably, like, I don't know, like probably about the same amount of ADA I hold of the graph token, or the graph. But I think it's something that could do really well long term if a lot of these projects continue to see success on blockchains, which, I mean, I think we all, if you're a crypto believer, are going to think it's not going to go away. All right. Yeah, say goodbye to custom servers. So that's like the thing. Index. Web3 is a stack for radically better internet. Yeah, so they basically say everything I was just basically said. So much is getting built. So all different things. So I think this is a very interesting token to be in. And they support a ton of different networks. So that's the thing, right? Avalanche seems pretty cool. This one's been popping up a lot. I have to do more research to Avalanche, but I don't like Binance Smart Chain, sorry. Actually, I don't hate on it. I just I did just hate on it, didn't I? Zing staking, yeah, I think Zing staking is something in the possible future. Arbitrum, ZK optimism. Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, they all seem like very promising ways of scaling. I mean, to me, it's like yes, those are going to do very well. They're compressing data essentially. They're compressing data, offloading data onto different chains, and making it so you can, through certain proofs, be able to prove the transaction mechanisms, so that way you know which assets are yours. My problem is I still have to do the research, or like listen to the people talking about how ETH2 staking works, because from my understanding with a lot of stuff with the ETH2 staking or completely proof of stake protocols is there's going to be some security, or not necessarily security, but like data integrity issues, which to me sounds like a no for any chain. But I have to do some more digging and research into understanding that. Michael, feel free to share your ideas in the chat, or you can email me at john@benzinga.com. All right, I caught up to everyone's chat. If you guys have any more, please feel free to throw them in there. I'm probably not going to do this too much longer. It's been a long week. A long couple weeks. But I'm going to go play some golf this weekend, which will be nice. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend, guys. Anything else? Well, let's see. I think the only other thing, what was it about the graph? There was related to this. Yeah, I don't know. The graph could do pretty damn well, I think. Charlie says, can we have 10,000 Zing since we're OGs too? Well, you're definitely OG, but you didn't make the OG claim. You're OG, but you didn't make the OG claim. How about that? So you can get like, we'll I mean, I don't know if I'll label anything else OG, but BSC is the cosmic sands of crypto. It is silly. Pancake swap. All right. Yeah, it's a lot of craziness out there, guys. This is all cool stuff. I think we're gonna continue at it. I don't think we're gonna be doing any of this blockchain stuff in the next month or so, but I'm definitely gonna be trying to do some more research in my free time to just like understand what opportunities we have for different chains like Avalanche. I haven't done too much research in yet. Oh, went dark here. Colorado Avalanche. So yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I don't think like, I think like it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like, I think the best thing we could do is just launch our own chain on the Cosmos network, because these, this is a layer 1 chain. These are all layer 1 chains. If we launch our own chain, we can connect to the Ethereum network through the IBC protocol. I'm almost 100% sure. So that's actually what we have to figure out, because right now it's on the mainnet. So that's actually the one thing I have to figure out. I think it'll be easy to launch the network. What'll be more tricky is figuring out how to actually get the Zing tokens onto the Ethereum network, or excuse me, onto the Zing network if we launch the Zing network on this using the Starport SDK. So let's figure that out. But they are Maker. Yeah. I think Maker's pretty cool. I'm not sure in terms of which one will do better, if that's your ask. I do think DAI and Maker is pretty freaking cool. So Maker, from my understanding, Maker is like the Maker is a governance token. So MKR token holders typically governs Maker protocol. Yeah. So as a Maker holder, you can help govern the protocol that power the smart contract DAI. This is a pretty cool thing if you haven't seen this. I'm too tired to like explain how it works right now, but I would definitely recommend checking out DAI and MakerDAO if you have not seen it. There's some good videos of people talking about how it works. CRO. Oh, crypto.com. Yeah, it's another utility token, reward token, right? I would check out. This is one of the other projects I had to do this week. We now have a nice new ticker bar powered by crypto.com. So we got nice new tickers loading. So definitely check out our news content. Got this nice heat map powered by quantified crypto. Got some nice featured stories. Come play our Moon or Bust game. I thought this was a fun idea that I might try to get in the app too. That's the thing. I'm gonna try to build some like cool, fun games in the app so you can, obviously Bitcoin is going to the moon. Enter your email so we can send you more great content. So people are hating on Bitcoin. People love Ethereum. People obviously love Cardano as well. Got some great news. We're going to be cleaning up this page a little bit. It's a little bit janky, but got some great content if you guys want to come check it out. But yeah, crypto.com. I don't know, like, let's see. It's a native currency. I think what's more interesting is like, I mean, crypto.com. I have not. I think they're more. I don't know what country they're in that they get a lot of users. I mean, obviously, in the U.S. they have some good users, but I think they have some pretty decent users in some other countries. But I think they have that. Like the thing is with them, it's like it's payment stuff. I think they have rewards. It's more like the payments play, and obviously an exchange. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, long term, in terms of do you want a 10x? There's probably a lot better opportunities. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to value this stuff. I would say you probably can't lose. If you're buying and holding for the long term, what are you gonna 5x or 10x or 20x or 500x? Like, obviously you want to pick the 500x, but I don't think you're gonna go wrong with any of these tokens. Yeah, Cosmos is where it's at. Like, I'm not entirely sure of the Atom token and how it plays a role. I think the Atom token is kind of like a liquidity thing. So the more value that Atom has, the more liquidity the network has for you to be able to move your tokens around in that ecosystem. But I think they have a pretty good philosophy to move the blockchain. I mean, sorry, on their homepage, right? Google Cosmos. Internet of blockchains. So their whole thing is pushing forward the internet of blockchains, and Atom is just like the liquidity uh, token for helping this come to fruition, secured by the Atom. So I think it's going to do well. And I mean, it's freaking amazing the stuff that they're building. Like, I could easily see us launching our own network. I never thought that in 2021 that I could figure out a way to launch a network on blockchain network. But now it's like, look, I know I can do it. It's just putting the time together. Build a blockchain in minutes. Crypto Bubble's best crypto site ever. I haven't heard that one. Huh. That's cool. It's a great way to explore cryptos without having to look at a table. Bat. I used to be really like Bat, but I don't know anymore. I think Zing can replace Bat. Uh, Sheeb. This is cool. Oh, you play a game, or is this? Oh, as you said, ad. Yeah, this is cool. So Damon says, do you feel okay with the longevity of high percent staking tokens like Voyager? I have them, but wonder how. You wonder how they can offer those rates. Yeah, I mean, they're offering the rates in the own token, so I think you can kind of look at it like, as somebody who's in it early, you can get rewarded for holding it longer, and if you eventually the rates will come down. If crypto goes parabolic next month, there is no long term. No, what do you mean no long term? You think it's all going to crash and never come back? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. It's a crazy time. The SEC regulation could like come out of nowhere and really start putting a damper on things, but who knows? A lot of unknowns, a lot of positives and a lot of unknowns. So it's hard to say. I would say protect yourself. Only invest what you are okay with losing. Charlie says, what coins for 10x? That's a great question. I wish I knew the answer. It also depends on your time horizon. I think Bitcoin could easily 10x in 10 years and do a lot more than that. These other coins, they could easily 10x and then crash below 10x. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I mean, I think the graph, if blockchains, this is like a longer term play, I think. Like, if you get in this now and you hold this for 10 years, there's a good chance this could do really, really well. I think. I'm not too familiar with Algorand. I don't know. I don't have any good, like, guaranteed, and there's no guarantee in any of this stuff. But Bitcoin, I think, is an easy 10x if you hold long enough. If you want any quick 10x's, you're asking the wrong guy. Maybe Zing coin. All right. Anything else, guys? It's getting pretty late. I got to bike home. So definitely check out the app. Hopefully we'll have these updates here somewhat soon. We're gonna get this news tab in here so you can communicate a little bit better. We're gonna get better push notifications. We're gonna get chat. We're gonna improve crypto integrations. We're gonna definitely get dark mode. Everyone wants dark mode. It's a little bit chaotic to make dark mode right now, but it's something I think Max could potentially help us with in the short term. We can figure it out. I definitely think some better integrations around this chat. I want to try to encourage people to chat a little bit more, integrate a little bit better here, because right now a lot of people seem like they're talking past each other, which is my fault in terms of how this design is. But like, if we can make this chat experience here a little bit better, that's something that I'm hoping to do. We have push notifications and also better onboarding communication. A lot of people come in and they're a little bit confused. Some people download the app from me talking about Zing. Some people just download the app because they're looking at Benzinga. So just get a little bit better onboarding experience so people aren't confused. Let's 100x Zing. Have you seen the new NFTs for? Well, we actually like Infinity X Zing, because right now there's no monetary value of Zing. What coin? Have you seen the new NFTs for fantasy football? I have not. Crashed 95% post 100K. BTC back to 200 week moving average. So Topher, you're saying it's going to go over 100K, crash 95% to 5K? I sure as hell hope not. Oh, about 14K. Hold your Zing, Charlie. Just hold it. You can earn some too. Earn some more. Reading the app. Submit some trade ideas. I'm definitely, the other big thing is pushing for is like finding some people to help us curate content and make like a really good content experience. So I'm going to figure out how I can. If Max was helping us work on this. Where'd it go? I don't know why I don't have it on this browser. Helping us like with the Chrome extension that helps us curate trade ideas in the web. So we're definitely gonna get something like that, so you guys can help us curate some trade ideas and just like communicate with like great information in that. And if you create good content, we're gonna really push for getting users here. We're gonna get some of these feature improvements up first, but we have a pretty big distribution in terms of a reader base. So we're gonna push here very shortly on capturing that reader base into our app and having them learn about Zing. Is just going to be a matter of time and timing. So yeah, get your Zing while you can. Oh, 2 or 3 different. Okay, I see. 2 or 3 different NFT sites on Fantasy. I think, yeah, I could see that. I mean, it's right. Like a lot of it is like brag. Like we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's like bragging rights, right? So you can have an NFT that you're bragging about. I don't. I mean, the thing is, it's like people probably won't pay. I think NFTs could, because like NFTs could just be like you can make a receipt out of an NFT, right? So I think we will very likely do NFTs in the Benzinga app, where it could be like awards for like doing certain things, and that it really just becomes like, because what it'll be, like I showed earlier, that IPFS is you just take some JSON data, you create an IPFS thing out of it, and you can put whatever data you want in it, metadata you want in it, has all the data, and then now I'll send it to NFT, and we can look that up, read that data. Like we could in theory build the entire, like right now we have all these servers hosted on Amazon that host all of our data and web services, but we could build an app that operates entirely on a decentralized network if we really wanted to. It's obviously not there yet, but that'd be kind of cool at some point in the future. Like if I'm bored in 20 years, maybe 10, maybe 5. We'll see. I would guess fantasy sport. Yeah, could be. I don't know. This NFT craze does have me a little bit worried about the markets, because it doesn't make any sense when things sell for the size that they have. But all right, let's see if I have some water. I do. Well, if you guys don't mind giving me a like, I think that says I have 4. That's kind of sad. I don't get much likes, guys. I'm not on social media, and we don't have likes on Zing. You can just send me Zing. I got a decent amount of Zing. Let's see. I tip out a good amount. I've gotten a little bit of tips coming my way, so you guys can tip me Zing as well. I think one of the next things, we'll see. I think we got a pretty good short-term vision of how we can improve the product, so we're going to be pushing on that. Max is going to be a great help on that. We're going to fix a few bugs around watch lists and get better push notifications, alerting, stuff like that. That'll be in the near short term, as well as dark mode. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing this more often, and I like taking a dive into my thoughts on crypto at the current time as a part of this, just because it's kind of fun, and I don't have the opportunity to do it in other streams that we do here at Benzinga, because I just don't have the time. All right. Well, Zinger Nation, I'm going to sign off here. Go here and get your Zing. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your night. We will stay tuned, and we're gonna really start. You're gonna really start seeing improvements here to our website as well. We finally launched this new homepage, and we're gonna make this trade idea page a lot better as well. Get better integrations, better layout, better browsing of data. Quotes pages too. That'll be a big one. We're gonna get a lot better. Right now, our crypto pages suck on our website, real bad. But we're going to improve this as well. We're going to get a lot of improvements come to our site. So stay tuned. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get myself out of as much as this I can. We have some other really great developers here at Benzinga that can help with their website. And I'm going to try to really push on moving forward our mobile app, because mobile apps are way more fun to build than websites. They're a lot easier to build too. The DS NFTs will be the Magic card games here soon. I'm not sure what that is. The DFS. But yeah, I think you're right. The gaming part, like Magic card, yeah, like you can play around and then like actually like attributes change on your NFTs, similar to like what I'm not, I've actually never really played Magic, but I would assume like like things happen if there's like attributes and points on it, right? And so if you can like do things and your character earns like a sword or whatever, and it's all actually there as an NFT. Yeah, I could see that being pretty big, especially in games like Star Atlas. All right, I'm getting a little bit tired here. Actually, I'm pretty damn tired. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll do this again, hopefully not too long in the future, or we'll do it in the near future. Probably next Friday. I think a good thing would be Friday nights. I usually try to. I've been doing mostly on Friday nights, so I'll probably try to do it more consistently. Maybe next Friday, if not the following Friday. Maybe shorter too. This is a pretty long stream of 2 hours, but we'll see. I think you guys would rather have me building improvements to this app and making Zing something really cool. So we're going to try to focus on that. All right. Have a good night, guys. Have a good weekend. I will talk to you all or chat with you all later. And chat in the app too. That's actually another thing. Yeah, we're going to chat in, and then I'm going to be chatting with you in the app, and we're going to get that going. Thanks, Topher. You guys are amazing. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So you guys keep me going at it. We're gonna make it. So we're chat it up in here. The chat is gonna be a big step, and then these integrations to make it easier to communicate on news and talk to each other. I think that'll be a good one. So let's I'll get those done. We'll get those done in the next week or 2 weeks top. Hopefully by next week we'll have some nice improvements to the app, and we'll be communicating and having better push notifications to big too. So we'll be able to communicate in the app a lot more, and it won't be so dead. And we'll get better email marketing as well, and just better communication overall, and more videos when we can, but hopefully shorter, not 2 hours. And more to the point. All right. Have a happy weekend, guys. Later.